Math C, lesson 28. We are going to start in our textbook today. All right, part 1 in our textbook. I'll read the instructions. Write the subtraction fact for each number family. Remember, if you're missing one of the small numbers, you are subtracting. So write the big number first and then write the smaller number and you are subtracting. You may pause here to complete those. When you are finished, you may unpause and move on. Part 2 in your textbook. Don't worry about the directions here because they are just asking if you can count by these different types of numbers. So for A, we are going to write the number sentence for A. Remember, we're multiplying when we do these. Okay? So for A, let's see, we have a 5 feet by 8 feet. So that means I'm going to multiply 5 by 8. So for A, 5 times 8 equals blank. And I have to have my label. Let's see, they are feet. So my answer and then square feet. B, looking at B, we have 8 times 2 equals blank, square feet. Go ahead and finish C and D on that section. When you are finished, you may unpause and move forward. All right, part 3. For each problem, we're going to make a number family to find the letter. Write the addition or subtraction problem and figure out the answer. Then fix up the number family. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just plug my numbers in on my number lines. Not like a great B. Okay. A, the second small numbers are, so this would be the first, my second small number is R. The big number is 741. The first small number is 19. So now I just have to write an addition or multiplication sentence to figure out what R is equal to. Okay, so I'm missing a small number, so I am going to subtract 741 minus 19. I'm going to have to borrow here because 9 on the floor, I need to borrow more. So I go over to the next column. Okay, then you will find out what R is equal to. Problem B. The small numbers are 673 and 38. 673 and 38. The big number is M. Remember, if I don't have my big number, I get to add 673 plus 38. Here you're going to have to carry, not borrow. And that will show you how to find M. Go ahead and complete part 3. When you are finished, we're going to jump over to our workbook page. All right, part 1 in your workbook. You're going to put letters and numbers in number families. Each group has a circled number in it. Catch problem A. I'll read the whole sentence, including the circled number. Listen, J is 5 less than K. Your turn. Say that. J is 5 less than K. The sentence tells us how to put J and K in the number family. Okay? Listen again. J is 5 less than K. So J is 5 less than K. I know that J is less. So J goes here. K goes here. The new part about this is that I have a circled number. That circled number is 5. That's my difference number. My difference number is always going to be in this first spot. Okay? So 5, this is my difference number. I'm going to put a D up here for difference. So this is all you're writing out today. You don't have enough to be able to solve this, but you're filling in the 2 letters and the difference number. Let's look at B. J is 18 more than K. J is 18 more than K. If I read it without the circled number, I would say J is more than K. It tells me to put J at the end. K goes here, and what was my difference number? The circled number, 18. Sorry. Problem C. P is 9 less than T. I'm going to read it again without the circled number. P is less than T. So which one's my big number? If P is less than T, T is my big number, P goes here. My circled number was 9. So 9 goes in my difference column. All right. I want you guys to go ahead and try D and E on your own because I want to see how you do with this. Okay? Let me pause here. Press play whenever you're ready. Part 2. That's problem A. We're going to make a statement about D. Let's see. The number D, the letter D is here. This sign is eating the 12. So we know that the 12 is bigger than D. So my statement for A would be 12, or D is less than 12. Okay? I know that it's less than 12 because this little alligator mouth is eating the 12. So that's the bigger number. So D is a smaller number. Looking at these numbers in the box, which numbers could be D? Could 14 be D? No, because it has to be smaller than 12. Could 12 be D? No, because 12 would be equal. Could 10 be D? Yes. Could 4 be D? Yes. So I want you to go ahead and circle 10 and 4. Problem B. A statement. Let's make a statement about D. Let's see. The sign is eating the D. It's facing towards the D, so the D is our bigger number. Our smaller number is 14. Looking at the box, I have to try and see which ones could be D. First number is 12. Could that be D? No, because it's not greater than 14. Next number, 15. Could that be D? Yes, because it is greater than 14, so you can circle that one. What about 10? Could 10 be D? Nope. What about 17? Yes. Looking at C. There's a blank. It's a box. My statement for this one is box is less than 20. So 20 is my bigger number. You have to try and figure out what the box could be. Circle any number in the problem that is less than 20. And D. Box is more than 20. So my box is more than 20. So this is my smaller number. So what could be box? Circle any number that could be box. Remember, the number has to be more than 20. You may pause When you're finished, we're going to go on to part 3. You are going to complete the rectangles. You won't be able to draw them exactly because you're not going to use a ruler. Also, these rectangles have feet as units, but the rectangles are not the real size. Touch description A. The rectangle is 4 feet wide and 2 feet high. The bottom part of the rectangle is drawn. Write the numbers for the 2 arrows in A. 4 feet wide and 2 feet wide. So for A, 4 feet wide and 2 feet wide. You're writing them in. And then on the bottom, you're going to write your number sentence. 4 times 2 equals blank square feet. Same thing here. Read the description, plug the numbers in on your rectangle, finish the rectangle, and then write your number sentence below. Don't forget to put your label. When you are finished, you have some independent work. Parts 4, 5, and 6 are independent work in your workbook. What you're going to do here, draw the rectangle, write the multiplication problem in the answer. Remember the units in the answer. So they give you some dots here. So it's in miles, okay? So you start at the first dot, and this tells you to go up 2. So draw your line. 1, 2, stopping here. This tells you to go this way 7 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Draw your line. Then you are going to go ahead and draw your line and connect them together, making a rectangle. Then you are writing the number sentence on the line below. Don't forget square miles. Part 2. You are doing some subtracting. Be careful though, because some of these problems require you to borrow. Remember, if there's more on the floor, you have to go next door to the next column to borrow. And then down here, you are writing the time on the clocks. Remember to count by 5, starting at the 12. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, okay? That is how you're going to get your minutes. The small hand is my hour hand. The big hand is my minute hand. So looking at this clock, it's in between the 3 and the 4. It's not quite at 4 yet, so it's still 3 o'clock. So let's find out how many minutes. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. So my time is 3:50. Okay? Do the rest for D and C. When you are finished with the workbook page, you are going back to the textbook and completing the independent work in the textbook. When you're all finished, go ahead and submit to your teacher.